So today's video is going to focus on an upcoming medieval strategy game titled Manor Lords. Now the release date is not exact, but I believe it's going to be very soon. Now the genre is the RTS city builder, the developer is Slavic Magic, and published by Hooded Horse. So as I mentioned, Manor Lords is a medieval strategy game where you must build up your city, manage resources and production, and expand your territory through conquest. Now the game really does focus on historical accuracy, which is set in the late 14th century Franconia. And just from watching the trailers and the gameplay and some of the stuff I've read on their website, it looks like the developer has really focused on the accuracy, and it's on point and it looks fantastic. Now the city builder portion of the game is gridless, which means we will have the freedom to placement and rotation when building our city, which I think is really important and a really cool touch. Now something else is he really touched on the little aspects that I feel are important. Now one example would be the mention of building based on the lay of the land. So for example, we place farms based on soil fertility, we choose hunting grounds according to the animal population of course, and we also check for local resources where we're building for further advancement for our city. Now placing housing and roads around your city and expansions will also be very important to ensure proper scaling as you increase population. Now another great aspect is the ability for homeowners to grow vegetables and raise livestock around their domicile, if you will, to help themselves and other townsfolk. Now weather will also play a large role as we must protect our city from harsh winters, but also reap the rewards of the spring rains. Now the resource aspect of the game looks quite extensive. We will have access to a wide variety of products and goods, ranging from hides to honey to arms and armor, and pretty much everything in between. Now, when I think about this game, I think of another RTS great, Rise of Nations, which had a very extensive resource gathering system as well, and this one seems to follow suit along with that. Now, we must also establish production for strong trade routes, while also producing certain luxury items to keep your townspeople happy and satisfied. You know, I really feel like the small details of this game is what's going to set it apart, and certain things like being mindful of crop rotation for soil fertility. You know, we can't cut down too many trees for deforestation, and we must also plan our expansion to make sure we use all the required resources available around our city and even for expansions later on. Now the warfare portion of the game looks outstanding and seems to follow along the lines of something like the Total War series. We must train up our warriors to crush rebellions, suppress banditry within our own city, and also conquer others, of course. Now communicating with other lords will also be important to gain alliances or possibly bring about war. Now our militia will experience fatigue and weather conditions and equipment problems, so we must also use the army accordingly, place them in the right locations, just to try to avoid some of these things and make everything go smoother. Now, I think overall Manor Lords looks fantastic with a great mix of strategy and simulation, city building. The game really does look to put you right to the middle of medieval times and really make you weigh all of your choices as you build your city. So I am definitely looking forward to jumping into this game, guys. It looks like a great real-time strategy coming up soon.